Hello, my name is Minimorph1 and today I'm going to be discussing which is better, a laptop or a PC. So I'm going to be going through pros and cons, so disadvantages and advantages of both of the things. So let's start off with the laptop topic. Laptops are really good because you get really nice thin laptops, and it all depends on what you are using, but some laptops you can get a really nice and thin, really small, 13 inches, fit in your bag for school or college or when you're going out on a holiday. You can get 15 inches, that's still nice, thin and small. 17 inches is quite big. The size is quite thin too, so it's really portable. You can literally take it on holiday with you. You can buy special like rucksack bags for your laptop to put them in, and it's just really cool. Another advantage is that it's all one thing. You don't need to spend any money on buying your monitor, mouse or keyboard. I definitely recommend you buy a mouse because the trackpad isn't good for gaming at all. Well, no, not but. I definitely recommend you buy a mouse. But I mean, you're saving your money on a keyboard and a monitor. Just make sure that it's a good monitor on the computer. I mean, on the laptop, and it's also got a good keyboard on the laptop that you like. So yeah, depending on which laptop you get, sorry, it can be good battery life or not very good battery life. So my laptop was 2 hours battery life before I had this huge tower, but it was 2 hours battery life, but I always had it plugged in, which just damaged the battery, so I wouldn't do that. So it wasn't very good. I mean, I couldn't really take it to places because it only lasted 2 hours. 2 hours is not good at all, and it was a Lenovo Y510P. Yeah, I don't know if I had the P on the end or not. Yeah, the battery life is terrible. So battery's one thing to consider. Because if you are taking it out, I mean, just bring your charger with you, and you can just use it as a computer. Like, you don't just have it on charge all the time, basically. Yeah. But if you're out and about and you don't have access to a plug socket, then you're pretty much depending on your battery life, and if you have damaged your battery, it's not very good. Down below in the description I will be linking some good laptops and good computers, and the good makes of laptops and computers that you should be looking out for. Anyway, moving on to the disadvantages, the cons of the laptop. It's all crammed in, so you've got your CPU, your motherboard, you've got your like storage, but I know you can buy external storages, so that's not much of a problem. But it's just all crammed in. The fans are crammed in, which means it's not getting much airflow, which will make it overheat, which means they're not very expensive. A good one's around about 30 quid, so £30. Go on Amazon, some are on sale. You can get cooling stands, which stands your laptop up onto like fans, and it has 4 fans built in on some of them. I'll put all the links down below. And you can also tilt it. Yeah, you're gonna need to buy one of them, but it's only £30 compared to how much your laptop is. I'm guessing that's not really much. But if your laptop is hot and you can't afford one of them, I wouldn't use it on long periods because it's just going to make it slow. It may even melt some stuff inside your computer. Not very many laptops do that these days, but still, I still recommend like you get a cooling stand because there's no point in buying an awesome computer if it's not really that useful because it's hot and it could burn you. So now we are moving on to a desktop PC. The advantages, so pros of this, it is powerful. I'm not saying laptops aren't, but desktop like things are powerful. They are so good, like they're just powerful. Because like it's not hot, it's powerful. So there's nice airflow. It's cool most of the time, depending on what fans you've got. I know, but most of the time it's cool, which means it's just going to be running fast, smooth, and awesome. Another advantage of this is customizability. Customizability. I said that wrong, but anyway, so you can basically get a new case for it if you don't like the case. If it's not got so much USBs, go ahead and get yourself another case. They could cost a lot depending on what case you want, but I mean, you can still buy a case for it. On laptops, you can't really buy a case. What I mean by case on your computer, by the way, is not a case that you wrap it in to take away with you. The outer shell or whatever you want to call it. You can't do that with a laptop. Well, you could, but I mean it's hard to do it with a laptop. Another thing, if you don't like your fan, you could put water cooling in, you could put 2 fans, you could put 4 fans in. You could basically customize anything. You could upgrade your RAM from 16 to 32. It's just a whole lot better. You can upgrade like your GTX. You could do all this on a laptop, but it's a lot more easier on your computer, depending on what case you have, obviously. Another advantage that I did forget to mention in the laptops, it is quiet depending on what you're doing. So if you're video editing on a powerful editor and your timeline is pretty big and you've got lots of cuts and stuff, it will make quite a bit of noise. And it will make quite a bit of noise while producing it too, but after all that is pretty much silent. It does depend on what computer you have, although I think all computers go really noisy because they're taking up a lot of like power to produce your video, or make your video, should I say. I'm guessing you're not going to be video editing all the time if you're going to be gaming on it, but it's just something there to look out for. When you are gaming, it is silent. Well, it's not silent, it's unnoticeable, especially with headphones on, and your microphone probably can't pick it up. I don't even think your microphone will be able to pick it up, depending on how sensitive it is when the fans are doing when you're producing a video. So anyway, now let's move on to the disadvantages of this. It is big, depending on what case you've got, what computer you've got, how much parts are in your computer. It is big. Mine is a PC Specialist. It's broken me 6 times. Don't check out PC Specialist. That is no hate. Just don't check it out. It's really not good. So yeah, it's just big and bulky. You can't take it on holiday with you if you wanted to just mess around. Like, let's say it's late at night, no shops are open when you're on holiday, so you just want to go on your computer for a bit. You can't do that. You really can't. It is heavy, big and bulky. You can't even take it to your friend's house if you want to play a game on. Yeah, you can, but you will need a massive car. However, you can get smaller PCs like the Asus ROG or ROG that is down below. Definitely recommend you check that out because it is awesome. It's smaller than the PlayStation 4. That is saying something because the PS4 is quite small. But you might be thinking, yeah, it's not got as much airflow like a laptop. It hasn't, you're right. Yeah, but we're not on about that computer. We're just on about how big it is, and it's probably not going to be portable. And all the wires that you need isn't the greatest thing. On the portable side, you will be needing a bit on the portable side, I guess. You will be needing a separate mouse, keyboard, and monitor. You can pick up these for cheap while you save some money for a better one. Just for the time being, I know, yeah. But you will be needing to buy all of that, so it's not going to come cheap, depending on what monitor you're having. If you're having a 4K one, that's up to £1,000 these days. If you're having a keyboard, that's well over 100 on for a good keyboard. Well, some are like 70 quid, like the Razer ones. Yeah, some are good keyboards. Mouses, I'm not too sure how much you can pick a mouse up for. Around about £100 again. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Some good ones are like cheap, like 40 quid and stuff like that. But you will be needing to buy them. So if you do want to put all these in your backpack, you can, but it's going to be hard. Like I don't know what you would do. You would have to like put your computer in your car and just risk it getting scratched and stuff like that. Then you've got to like put a case over your monitor so that doesn't get scratched. Keyboard, it's not too much of a biggie because I mean you're not looking at it as long as your keys work. Maybe just put like a cover over it. I know with my Gamgis one, it has a palm rest on, and that actually covers up the keys too, so it's pretty good. It's magnetic too, so yeah, you can buy cases for keyboards, but it's not a biggie. With your mouse, again, it's not really much of a biggie as long as it works and it's not in the right state, then you're gonna be good to go. And with the laptop, obviously, the screen folds down, which is protecting it. Yeah, the monitor. That's really the only disadvantage I can think of, apart from obviously, again, no, not a portable thing. You can't like go downstairs, but you can't go wireless. You cannot go wireless with this thing. Yeah. So now you're probably thinking, should I get a laptop or a computer? And it all depends what you're doing it for. If you're doing it for gaming, a computer, or if you're like not too, you haven't got much money, I would go with a laptop because you can get some really awesome laptops, and you don't need to go ahead and buy accessories for your laptop. So yeah, you can go and get really good laptops, and I mean really good, as powerful as a brick like I've got. I will put like the picture on screen round about now. Anyway, so if you are doing it for gaming, a computer will come in handy because it's not going to make as much noise. It's going to be pretty much silent. With a laptop, it's not going to be silent. If you're on, let's say, on Skype call and your mic is really sensitive, your friends are going to be able to hear your sound. I mean, your fans' sound. It's not going to be very pleasant. If you're video editing, like editing a video advanced, basic, I think your laptop will do that. Advanced, your laptop or PC would do that because they both really do it silently. I've had no issues with mine, so yeah, pretty much silent for that. Just if you are producing a video, so rendering it, it's going to basically explode the fans. So the fans are going to be quite loud, but only when you're producing it. If you are just doing it for the web or just for like random bits and bobs, such as the web or I don't know what else, the web and I don't know, but if you're just literally doing it for the web, that's what your phone's for. But I would definitely recommend going and get a laptop. Not exactly a cheap laptop because you don't want it to crash and you know that. A good laptop that's around about cheap. A MacBook, obviously you can't do anything on that apart from browse the web because it's Mac. You can play a couple of games, but yeah, so a MacBook is really good for that job. If you are doing Photoshop or something along them lines like photo editing, any would work. It doesn't really take up a huge lump of your power at all, to be quite fair. Even with a massive Photoshop project, it would not even make the fans on your desktop computer go on like really fast. It would technically be silent. I haven't really had Photoshop on my laptop. I don't have my laptop anymore, just to say. I didn't really edit any stuff on there, like photos. Well, yeah, just photos, because I did my videos, obviously. So I can't really say on that. I guess it wouldn't make the fans go, but then again, laptops are quite loud. So this just help you decide. I don't really want to make a 20-minute long video, just a quick basic thing of what you should be looking out for and stuff like that. Yeah, some RAM and stuff like that. So specs that you're looking for. Definitely a 4K monitor. Who doesn't like them? 4K or full HD at least are good, but for your computer wise, 16 to 32 gigs of RAM is good for gaming, video editing, browsing the web. I don't know what else. 8 gigs of RAM might be good for browsing the web, I'm not too sure, but at the minimum for anything, 16 gigs. 32 is really good actually. Like I definitely recommend getting 32 out of the 16 if you have that option. Go ahead and get 32. Now for the GTX, which is I don't really know to be fair, but the higher the better. Now GTX 970 isn't the greatest out, but it is fantastic. It is fantastic. You do get a quite good amount of FPS on games. It is really good. You do get a GTX 980. That's even better. That is amazing, but it's not too much of an upgrade, so don't let that put you off. Without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next video. So, bye bye. Oh, that sounded a bit weird. See ya.